All right, let's go trolling right now. It is time for the Mount Horeb Sports Report. It is brought to us by Village Smile Care as we bring in our very own Eric Rogers. And Eric, welcome on in. Let's start with good news first. When it comes to the Mount Horeb Vikings, we start with boys basketball and a team that is doing pretty darn well right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're second in the conference right now. The season's winding down. They're 8-2 in conference play, 18-3 overall. Got a couple good wins over the weekend. A 70-54 win over Janesville Craig on Tuesday. Jason Larson led the team with 16 points, and 3 others contributed at least 10 points. So a big victory there. They go to Sauk Prairie and win 61-56 this last Saturday. So getting a couple wins here over the week. They're going to be at Dodgeville on Tuesday, against Beaver Dam on Friday, and then what should decide the Badger North Conference title would be a game against Wanakee the day before Valentine's Day. So we'll see which, who's going to be really loving where they're at at that point in time.
Well, that's a tough part of the schedule right there for the Vikings. Speaking of tough, it has been all tough for the girls team. We talked about that before. Still struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, so this will be about the 4th or the 5th straight year where they've had 7 or fewer wins in the season. So far they're 3-15 right now, 1-10 in conference play, which is last in the conference right now. But they lost 43-37 at home to Baraboo on Friday, which was not a great game because Kenzie Couthard led the Vikings with 16 points. They also got 11 from Lindsay Laborde, but no help really from anybody else. And it's hard to come back and win those games when you're averaging 15.8 points in the first half and allowing 23.4. So that's been the trend for them over the whole season. They've got 4 games left, starting with Reedsburg on Tuesday. And the remaining 4 games, get this, the opponents have a combined record of 37-4. So it'll be a tough stretch for them to finish up the year.
Ouch. So also speaking of tough, there's nothing tougher in the state, I think, than the Badger Wrestling Conference. And they have their tournament, and you got the likes of Stoughton in there, and Milton, and Sauk, and Wanakee. How did Mount Horeb do in that?
Well, there was a lot of good competition, and Mount Horeb did their best. Maybe they didn't do their best, but they definitely had some troubles, and they go 11th place out of 15 teams, technically 16, but combine some schools. 99.5 points. I'll highlight a couple of the wrestlers in there. Max Gregory and Jared Lutzinger were the really only main participants for Mount Horeb. Gregory in the 145-pound bracket. He won by pinfall over Portage's Parker Levine in the consolation bracket round 2. Lutzinger in the 182-pound fell to, again, Portage, Brandon Andrews in the consolation bracket round 3. So they get a little bit of experience there, but going into next year, I guess they'll have to, they'll be looking to really chase down some big teams. The Vikings will be in action again on Saturday for the Division II regionals in Prairie du Chien. So there is still some big games, big meets, I should say, coming up for the Vikings.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Eric, and our thanks to Village Smile Care as well.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.